I'm Jack Martin, Grand Champion of the Tour de Shore of the 21st Century Automotive Challenge. This vehicle, I got my personal best of 124 miles per gallon in a hypermiling contest. You may not get the same results, but if you got 30% better miles than you do today, I think you would be a lot happier. It's fairly simple to do. Road rally challenges and directions will tell you most of it. The first is to start off with your car. Make sure it's got properly inflated tires, that it's got the right viscosity oil in it, that you've changed your air cleaners, your air filters. Make sure that's done first. Then you can change your driving habits. Let's go on the road. Okay, we now have a nice big semi that is pretty heavily loaded going down the road. We're going to get behind him. Now, some people talk about drafting. I don't like drafting. I like to have enough space so I can figure out what might happen, but he's punching a hole in the air for me. But more important, if you don't have feedback, trucks under a full load will behave properly. They'll slow down going uphill and they'll speed up going downhill. And they get a very good mileage. If you mimic them by driving behind them, you'll do quite well. So that's what we're going to do here. Got plenty of room for vehicles to get in front of us, so we're giving them nice space here. And we're going down the road right now at the speed limit. We've slowed down a bit going over the hill. But, and we're pulling down. You don't get good mileage going uphill, but in just a second, our mileage will go bing. Going 64 miles per hour, and we're getting 150 miles per gallon right now. And it's just because there's traffic moving around us and they're moving some of the air. So we're doing real well here. If you ever ride a bicycle, you remember as a child, you've got pumped up tires, it's a lot easier to pedal. Also, when you start off on a bicycle, you push off, you stand off the saddle, pump, and then you can sit down and go very easy. When you see a hill in front of you, like we're getting ready to come up to now, if you speed up slightly going down the hill, most vehicles do that anyhow, but if you're conscious of it, you can keep your miles per gallon very high, and you'll gain a little bit of speed that you can burn off and get you up over the next hill. These are very simple and elegant things. If you remember riding a bicycle and how to be efficient, do it in a car, you'll do the same. A lot of people think that hypermilers are responsible for slowing down traffic, and that's usually not the truth. We try to go the speed limit or maybe a little bit below uphill, but we want to flow with the traffic. There's a wall of air that's being moved around as the cars go down the interstate, and we want to use as much of that as possible, because as they move that air, it means I don't have to move the air at 60 miles per hour. They're moving a good bit of it for me. So we've lost that truck. We're going to get in behind this little guy here. He's doing a good job in the lane that we want to be in, so we're not holding up traffic. And cars are going by us at various speeds, some of them illegally, but that's a normal day on the interstate. Cars on the highway, because they don't have opposing traffic and they don't have other concerns because it's limited access, you tend to do better on the highway with mileage. And here comes another big truck, and we just boosted up in our mileage just now, just because of the bow wave from him passing us.
Another important thing to do while driving is to look as far ahead as your eye can see, so you see what's happening on down the road instead of just looking at what's exactly in front of you.
Be courteous, state your intentions, use your blinkers. This road, of course, has 4 lanes, and the right 2 lanes are dedicated for trucks. So that lane, that truck in front of us, is in his fast lane. Now we're going to start regenerating our braking, and the other thing is I'm going to coast very gently through this intersection. I know I've got the green light. You want to anticipate the lights ahead of you. Now we just regened. And now we're coasting. We've got a red light in front of us. I have no reason to push the accelerator. Now it just turned green, but I've got to give it some time for these vehicles to start moving down the road. Had to burn off a little bit on my brake. Still have not used any engine power since we came off the interstate. I'm going to put it in fairly high gear. This is a 5-speed, a little bit too high gear. We should make it through this light, but I'm not going to over accelerate. That person in front of me is really taking off, but I'll catch up to him very easily, just with some smooth driving techniques. And of course, you never know what's going to happen in front of you, so give him plenty of space. One of the secrets to getting good mileage in any vehicle, if it's a straight drive, is to shift early. So we're already in 5th gear and we're starting to accelerate. That car's not getting too far ahead of us. There's not much traffic behind us. So we're doing quite well. We're accelerating downhill. Still getting above 100 miles per gallon. And now we'll go down a little bit as we go up this hill. On hybrids, you do want, in most cases, to push it fairly hard when you're accelerating, and that'll engage the electrical drive to give you that extra push. We're getting close to our destination now. I've got a nice right turn. This is a small car. It's going to seem like we're going really fast through this curve. We actually went through that curve at 25 miles an hour. We'll give it a little bit of a boost here. And we're going to cut our mileage down to about 50 miles per gallon. And now it's going to go up to 150 miles per gallon. And now we're on the secret of why you can get such good mileage. We're coasting. And the engine is going to shut down in about 12 miles per hour, so it won't be burning anything. But this hybrid is set up with electric drive for the steering and also the braking, and so we'll just coast all the way down to our destination. If you know your road conditions and where you're going, you too can not burn any energy and get to certain parts of your destination, and you'll be getting phenomenal mileage as you do that. Another smart thing to do is try to park in the shade. Reduces your need for air conditioning, and we're here. And the motor's not running, and we got very good mileage just now, and we didn't hold anybody up. Saving money.